Well, hello, YouTube. Yes, you have found the YouTube channel of Jared Bear, Jared Fuller. How you guys doing? Today is Sunday, September 29th, 2019. Joining me off camera this week is Amy.
Hello.
Dad, he's sleeping, or...
He just woke up.
Oh, he just woke up. I just heard him say a word.
I heard him say, hey.
Hey, Dad's hiding under the blankets over on the couch. So I hope you all had a good week. My week was pretty good. Dad is just now waking up. I don't know if you can hear the rain tapping on our air conditioner. Probably not. It's raining like crazy out there right now. We did have some rain last week, and I think some places got like 2 inches of rain.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir. Now Dad's joining us. I think coffee's made.
Yep. I'll go get that a cup.
But last week was a pretty good week. This week, on the other hand, I've got some plans coming up. Of course, on Tuesday I have to go pay bills. And on Tuesday I'm going to be going up to visit my mother. Now, for those of you who have the Nat Geo Wild channel, there is a show called The Incredible Dr. Pol.
Careful.
Be careful, Dad. So that program is based here in Michigan. It's in Isabella County, which would be northwest of me, and it's about, I don't know, 50, 60 miles from here. So the television show is in Isabella County. It's near, it's between Mount Pleasant and Wademan. It's like somewhere around in there. And it's shot there. It's they've got camera crews there at the veterinarian's office all the time, every day, and his name is Dr. Pol. My mom's going to be on an episode of The Incredible Dr. Pol. She took a kitten in there. And it will be airing sometime in October. I don't know the air date yet, specifically. But she will be on an episode. Her name is Ray. So hopefully, if you have Nat Geo Wild, you'll see my mother on an episode of The Incredible Dr. Pol with a little kitten. His name is Blast. Mom was telling me about that quite a while ago. She told me, they hooked microphones to me, and they had cameras pointed at me, and I had to sign papers to agree to appear on television, and it was really cool. They asked me questions, and they got me on camera, so that's going to be interesting. I haven't seen it yet, of course, because it hasn't aired yet, but I think they're going to send Mom a copy of the episode that she's going to be in.
I thought I heard you talking about that the other day.
Yeah, yep. We don't get Nat Geo Wild here, unfortunately. I checked. We don't get the channel. Of course, we never get any of the good channels.
No.
But yeah, my mom's going to be in an episode of The Incredible Dr. Pol. Her name is Ray, and I don't know an air date yet. But on Tuesday, the 1st, she's got to go back to Dr. Pol's office with the kitten, and she told me to come on up. And I have to be up there by 4:30. Wow. So I might get to meet Dr. Pol. I don't know. I hope I do. It'd be pretty cool to meet the guy. So hopefully, if I do, I get some pictures taken, and I'll add it to next week's Sunday video update, which will be October something. I don't have the calendar handy. Because Tuesday's the 1st, I don't have the calendar handy. Actually, I have a calendar on my phone. I can.
Friday.
Let's see.
It's on the 4th.
No, it's not on the 4th. I said on the 1st, Tuesday. I have to go up to Mom's.
Oh.
Because she's got to take the kitten back for another appointment. My phone does have a calendar, by the way. So next Sunday will be October 6th. So yeah, there's that. Nat Geo Wild. As soon as I find out an air date. I might even put together a special video to make the announcement that, hey, the episode's going to be aired on such and such day, and be sure to check it out. Because it's going to be, a surprise to me as well, because I've never seen my mother on national television, or my daddy. But yeah, it's going to be really, really cool by the sounds of things. But I'm going to be up there on Tuesday, and hopefully I get to meet Dr. Pohl. She's whispering to the dog. Dr. Pohl's not here. I don't think Dr. Pohl's a dog whisperer either. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I've got plans to go over on the west side of the state next month. Don't know when. I think it's on next Sunday, as a matter of fact. Now that I think about it, next Sunday I will be in Grand Rapids or Muskegon or somewhere. No, it is Grand Rapids. I'll be over there.
Sorry, I'm knocking everything down.
You're making so much noise. Jeez. Just keep interrupting. No. Next Sunday I will be in Grand Rapids. I'll be going over there. So if I do have a Sunday video update, it might not be until later in the day. And hopefully it won't be an hour long. Because the hour-long videos take forever to upload to YouTube. YouTube, you got to get on that stuff. So we've got Dad coming back from the bathroom.
I'm going in there.
Oh, there's a light. Ooh. You missed the announcement. I made a couple of announcements. If you didn't get them all, well, you'll just have to play the video back. So next Sunday I will be in Grand Rapids. That was one of the announcements. The other announcement was Mom will be on an episode of The Incredible Dr. Pohl. And there was something else coming up. Oh boy, what is it?
You said something about next Sunday you're leaving to go to your mom's?
No. You got it wrong. Tuesday, I'm going to Mom's, the 1st.
Okay.
Sunday, I'm going to Grand Rapids.
Okay.
So I might not have a Sunday video update next week. It depends on when I leave or how late in the day that I have to leave and when I decide to record the video update. You guys still might be sleeping. But yeah, that's what's happening. And I
don't know. I'm up around 8 o'clock. So.
Yeah. I don't know what else is happening. I don't know what else is coming up. Well, I'll get to that, but I'm trying to think of what's coming up.
Doctor's appointments again.
Amy has doctor's appointments. Yeah.
I agree.
When don't you? We got to pay property taxes yet. I'm trying to think if there's anything else coming up. The 6th. Okay, that's next Sunday. I don't know. I don't know if I have anything else happening. I know my friends in Eaton Rapids want me to come and visit them. Sometime next month, I have to see my buddy Caleb. I have to see him.
I have 2 baby showers.
2 baby showers. We're always busy, I think.
You know what really is a bummer, though? They both start at the same time in different places.
Oh, there was something I wanted to mention. Today is another Wilms Warrior's birthday.
Oh, cool.
His name is Camden, but it's not the same Camden that we talked to. It's a different Camden. So happy birthday, Camden. His name is spelled Camdyn. So happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday.
Much love to you, and much love. And we hope you have a wonderful day.
Same here.
I wanted to make sure I got that out because I was messaging my friend on Messenger, and she told me that it was his birthday today.
Yeah, it's 12:24, Wayne.
So, take another sip of my coffee.
I came up and told myself you needed to sleep longer, so I let you sleep.
So I want to take this time to remind all of you to visit GuideStar.org. GuideStar.org has a complete and comprehensive listing of all the 501c3 nonprofit organizations and LLCs approved by the federal government. Don't be fooled. Don't be duped. Visit GuideStar.org today. I'll even spell it out for you. So, yeah, Dad did mention a friend of ours passed away. He committed suicide. And I'm not going to put names out there, of course, for privacy of the family, but he had taken his own life just recently. And our love and our condolences go out to our friends who lost their loved one. It's a tragic way it's a tragic thing to do to yourself. You know, I strongly encourage anybody watching this, if you're having thoughts of suicide or self-harm, please, you know, get the help you need. You know, don't let it fester up inside of you. Go out there, get the help. There are resources out there. There are people you can talk to. You know, talk to me. You know, call me, text me. You know, email me. You know, I'll be a friend to help. You know, you can talk to me about anything. But if you don't think that I would be the best candidate to talk to, then I advise you to get some help. Maybe, perhaps in your local area. Call a crisis intervention line. Call friends, call family. Just talk to somebody. Don't let it fester up inside, because it's not healthy. Get the help you need, and don't be shamed or guilted out of getting the help. If you need the help, get it. So I'm sure that yawn was in agreement. But he was a good friend of ours, and it was suicide, and it's really, really terrible. Well, we've got a lot of relatives and friends that we know lately. They've been hospitalized. Yeah, our uncle. He's in Detroit. He's at Henry Ford Hospital. He's in ICU, right?
I think so.
I don't want to put out any misinformation.
Got an aunt that's in
Well, she's
Saginaw.
really Barb.
Yeah.
Well, she's really not. Technically, she's not an aunt,
But I've already called her.
but he's always called her aunt. She's in Saginaw. You said she's in Saginaw?
She's in Saginaw, I think.
I think we're not sure. She's not doing well. And my aunt's sister is in Lansing. She's got infection in her body. She says she's feeling better today, by the way. I got the message from her. She says she's doing better. She might be getting discharged today. Yeah, there's just a lot of people.
Kelly, I'm glad she's feeling better.
Kelly.
Just
Oh, she's
feeling a little better. I see on Facebook that she was feeling a little better.
so she was in the hospital?
No, she was been sick.
Oh. Well, why didn't I know about that? I text Kelly all the time and check on her. And,
Well, I see the one
She never-
on there that she's been ill. You know, she wasn't feeling good.
well, I'll have to text her and find out what's going on with her, because we love our Kelly, for sure.
We love our Kellys.
Yeah, we have a lot of sweet friends named Kelly. We love them dearly. And yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of people who are hospitalized. They're sick, passing away. It's really, really rough going, actually.
Year's starting out.
And it's the last Sunday of September. Today is. Yesterday marked a whole year that my Aunt Rhonda had passed away, and Dad was at my Uncle Tim's house yesterday and visited with him and a few of his kids. And I don't know if my cousins watch my videos. I'm not even sure. But if they do, we'll just say for argument's sake, if they do, I love you, and I'm here if you need to talk, and I love and miss your mom dearly. I think about her every day. And it was a quick, sudden passing. No one, it just kind of come out of nowhere. But we definitely loved your mom. I loved your mom dearly. She was like a second mother to me. And I miss her every day. We had a lot of great times. My dog's snoring. But it's, life is fleeting. You just never know. You just never know. Here one day and gone the next. It's really something. And Dad and I were having this talk last night. We were coming home from the grocery store. And I said to him, the one thing that scares me the most about living is, what if everyone around me passes away, and it's like within my group of family and friends or whatever, what if I'm the only one left? And Dad says, yeah, that is a scary thought. Well, it is. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm still young. I'm only 33.
And you got this next generation
And
are younger than you are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like everybody around me. I have that fear. What if everybody around me dies off before I do? And,
And you gotta figure this too, Jared. Me and Danny, Tim, and Cheryl were the first set of grandchildren.
From Grandma Perkins.
Grandma Perkins, you were the first, might as well say first grandkids from her first grandchildren that were born. Right? Think about it.
Yeah?
It's kind of cool.
I didn't think of it that way. Actually, no.
We're the first set of...
Well, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because you and Danny and Tim and Cheryl were Grandma Perkins, my great-grandmother. You were her first set of grandchildren.
Born.
Me and Wayne and Jay
Yeah.
were the first set of... Were we?
Yeah.
We were the first set of great-grandchildren?
Well,
Couldn't have been.
No,
because...
we were the first grandchildren.
Couldn't have been because Uncle Danny and Aunt Cheryl had their kids in the 70s before any of us boys were born.
I'm saying in different way as it's kind of cool because me and Dan, Tim, and Cheryl were the first grandchildren of grandmas.
Yeah.
Born.
Yeah.
Okay. And you are from us, the first set of grandchildren. You are grandma's grandchildren.
So what you're talking is, like, if we're talking about Grandma Charlene now.
Grandma Perkins.
We were the great-grandchildren, not
first great-grandchildren.
Okay, so, but, like, from Grandma Charlene, your kids, which would be me and Jay and Wayne, and Tim's kids, Danny's kids, and Cheryl's kids, we were all Grandma Charlene's grandchildren.
Yeah.
From...
What I was trying to explain is, me and Danny and Tim and Cheryl are the first grandchildren of grandmas.
Yeah.
And we're still around.
Yeah.
And then we have
kids.
Our children, children, being the first.
So we're
you're like the first
great grandkids.
Yeah, of us.
Yeah.
Which is really weird.
I'm trying to follow what you're saying, but it's all very just. It's not registering. But you and Danny and Tim and Cheryl are Grandma Perkins' first set of great-grandchildren.
Yeah.
And all of us kids, and there's a lot of us, were Grandma Perkins' first sets of great-grandchildren. Is that what you're trying to say?
Too many, they can't count.
Well, you had 3, Tim had 5, Danny had 7, and Aunt Cheryl had 3.
And now we got grandkids.
You've got great-grandchildren. Yeah. Grandchildren and great-grandchildren now. None for me. I don't have children. I don't
Sometimes
Well, someone did actually mention this to me last week. they asked me how I felt about having kids. Well, first of all, I'm single, so having children, unless I adopt, which I really don't want to adopt, and I'm not shaming adoption, I just don't want to adopt. It's just a personal choice. To have kids, like to find a woman, have kids with her, to settle down, a part of me wants that. Like there's this need to want to carry on with the family name, but I don't want to have children for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And a lot of people I know, they have, and they're younger than me. They're jumping into having kids. They're quick to get in bed and have these kids, but they weren't mentally, financially, emotionally prepared to raise them. And I see how they grow up. And not to be too blunt, but the sex was great. But then when the woman gets pregnant, oh, gee, now I have a responsibility.
No, I don't want
The next 18 years of my life are shot.
No, I don't want kids, so I'm going to leave her.
Well, not specifically that, but the people who lay down and make babies, then it comes to a point where, gee, there goes the next 18 years of my life. I guess I should have prepared better.
Yeah.
I only had, and this is what really kind of, it annoys me to no end. We watched this television show. It's Paternity Court.
Yeah.
This guy on there says, well, I only had sex with her once. That's all it takes.
One little slut.
One time. That's all it takes.
And it happened, don't use protection.
Like, really? Do you not understand how reproduction works?
And you didn't use protection.
Yeah. It's like, it only happened once. Gee, I wonder how that could have happened. I only had sex with this woman one time, and she got pregnant just by the first time. Well, no shit, Sherlock. That's called human reproduction. It's biology. People who aren't really intelligent, they're not the brightest, shouldn't have kids. That is a clear piece of evidence that people shouldn't have children.
Children having children.
Well, this was a grown man, but it's like, gee, I only had sex with her once. How could she have gotten pregnant by having sex with her
I
once?
don't know. And that's another
Just a mystery.
I don't know how women can take guys on TV and tell them, well, you might not be the father, but yet that man takes care of that child from being
Supported
born
it.
to 2 or 3 years
Since the
old.
day it was born. Since the day it was born, the man was there supporting, raising that child, signed his name to the birth certificate, and at long last, the woman takes a man on the show. Well, this might not be your child. You might not be the father.
You know how devastating
What
that
the
is?
fuck? Yeah. I would be so annoyed and frustrated and angry. It's not just the men.
Hurts them.
And it's not just the men.
No.
It's the women too. Everybody's got to own their weight and responsibility.
But if a woman
And
sleeps around, she should know who's father.
it's the same way like on the Maury Povich show, right? Now he's doing this paternity stuff, which he was never doing that. Maury Povich never did paternity talk in the beginning. He never did that in the beginning, though. It was never about finding out who the father of someone's children was. But you see guys getting on stage dancing and jumping around stage like an idiot. Oh, the child's not mine. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Well,
I'm not the daddy.
well, you know what? I would take pride in knowing that when sperm donor wasn't there, someone else stepped up to the plate and took care of a kid that wasn't his.
Yep, they had that on Facebook. They were saying that anybody can be a father, but it takes a real man to raise that child.
I don't have kids because I have enough bills to pay.
Well, besides you're single and you like travel.
Yeah, I like living my life. Bill Maher said it best. because he's single and doesn't have kids either, and he is 63 years old. He never got married. He doesn't have kids. I like to use all of my time to decide what I want to do with all of my time. And that's really as real as it gets. I've been in a few relationships. They never lasted. not for very long. Well, not just long distance, but local as well. They never lasted. And when I talk to women, they say, well, they ask me, well, how long have you been in a relationship? What's the longest relationship you've ever had? And it's like, well, I don't keep a resume of relationships in my wallet, but if you want to know, the longest relationship I've been in was like for a week. That was it. Well, why? How the fuck do I know? I don't know.
They wanted more than what you had, George.
Maybe it was that. Maybe it was because they lived there and I lived here.
Oh, pretty much.
Well, there's varying circumstances though, because they're not all the same. But it's the idea that.
Look at mine, Mike. What the hell I got?
The thing is women ask, well, what's the longest? Well, I don't have a resume. I don't keep the life of a relationship in my wallet. I don't keep a record of that. Sorry.
You don't have a ledger that told you. Okay.
But the longest relationship I've been in was a week. It was a week. And I don't know, things didn't work out. I mean, she lived there, I lived here, and the rest is history. And a lot of my relationships kind of happened that way. It was the distance thing. I've never dated anybody local because...
Just town's too small, they know everybody.
Well, no, it's not that. The women are snobs.
Yeah.
The women are high-class snobs. They live in the snooty part of a hick town, and they think they're God's gift to everybody. Mommy and Daddy pay them, give them everything they want. They've got Mommy and Daddy's money. I never had Mommy and Daddy's money.
And I've noticed something Jared, about this town. When you see them raffles that people win,
yeah,
it's usually the big shot.
Oh yeah, it's always the business owners who win the raffles.
Yeah.
And then you read about it in the paper the following week. Oh well, this big name, and it's always a big name, like it's rigged.
Yeah. And this other thing is too.
I wonder.
This other thing is too. I hate the weekly paper that we get because we never know we know somebody.
Tri-County Citizen, right?
Huh?
The Tri-County Citizen.
Yeah. And I hate it because when we know somebody, I'm looking at the obituaries, and I'm like, wow, this person died. Oh, when? Oh, last week. Last week, and I just got the paper today.
And the funeral already happened?
Yeah. I hate that.
But we're talking about women, not newspapers.
Yeah. Stupid.
They asked me, they just ask really peculiar questions, like how long have you been in a relationship? What was the reason you split up?
How do I know?
How the fuck do I know?
Wasn't good enough.
Why are we even... The thing is, why are we even discussing past relationships? There's a reason why they're in the past. There's no reason for me to rehash or reiterate what happened.
That thing with divorce, that means you're divorced. You don't help the person.
But I'm not divorced. I've never been married.
You don't do stuff for people that you've already divorced and you ain't with.
But I've never been married. Why are we talking about other people? I'm talking about me. I've never been married. And they asked me questions. They asked me questions. How long have you been in a relationship? What was the reason for the breakup? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Maybe red was my favorite color, and red wasn't their favorite color. Maybe it's because they lived there and I lived here. Maybe it's because I didn't have enough money. Maybe it's because I don't live in a dream house. I don't drive a fancy car. I don't have lots of money sitting around. Oh, I said money, didn't I? Well, that's usually the root of every relationship is lack of money. I enjoy being single because it gives me free time. It gives me a chance to have those stronger social interactions with my friends. And like Dad said, I travel a lot now. I couldn't do that if I had a family.
It'd be nice to have a lady friend just to go with
I mean,
you.
sure, I could travel with a family, like if I had the money and I could cover all expenses. I could, but I'm 33 years old, and I've never been married. I think I'm too set in my ways,
So,
even at 33.
so if there's any single women out there, hey, give them a jingle.
Yeah, well, this isn't a pickup line or a hotline, but it's
Yeah.
I okay, and I'm gonna say this for the record. Yes, I love casually meeting up with women.
Yeah, well, nothing wrong with that.
I'm a man. I'm single. I enjoy it, but that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it as that. Leave it right there. But I don't know. Maybe I'm not cut out for relationships. I kind of think about that too, because it's like, I've always been faithful and loyal to every woman that I tried to hook up with. Even if the relationship didn't last long, I was faithful to them. I was faithful to the women I was with. They wanted something better. Bye. Go get it.
Yeah, you're doing like Grandpa's doing.
Go get it. Yeah. But it's like, if you want something better, if you think something better's out there, arrivederci, go get it. I'm not heartbroken. I'm not sad or bereft of that. I enjoy the single life.
Like I tell Amy, you want somebody else, Amy, go for it, because you'll never find anybody like me. They only made one person, and that's me. They didn't make another mold, they broke it.
Well, that's I don't tell women that. I don't use that pickup line. Well, you'll never find anyone like me, and you know what the response would be to that? Well, thank God for that. That's what they would tell me.
No.
Yeah, they would say that. They have said that to me. When I've tried to explain, well, I told them, you'll never find another guy like me. Well, thank God for that. Fuck you.
One as nice as me.
But anyway, moving on.
So, tell Amy, hang in there, everything will be fine for her.
Annie Lane?
Her test, because she ain't got her test results yet.
Yeah.
Everything will work out.
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
Danny's wife.
I know who Elaine is, Dad. I'm saying I don't know who or what you're talking about.
Well, she's been having tests run on her for tests and stuff, and making sure she's okay.
Okay. Annie Lane, I don't know if you watch my videos, but
I hope everything's good.
I hope everything turns out. I don't know what you're talking about, but because I don't talk to Elaine like you do. I don't talk to any of them. So what did you said you saw Rosie at Uncle Tim's yesterday?
Yeah, Rosie.
Did she mention anything about getting together? Or?
She's still trying to. I mean,
Yeah. Have fun with that. Sorry, Rosie.
Be nice if we could. Be nice.
No, and I made this a point last week in last week's video that we never see each other any other time.
No, except for funerals.
Funerals and when we feel like it. We're family. We're supposed to tolerate each other all the time.
I would love it just to get together.
I don't ever hear from any of my relatives, cousins, or anybody saying, hey, what you doing? Want to come visit? Want to hang out over a beer? Want to go to a park somewhere and hang out? Not a one.
Or want to go to a movie?
And they come up with every excuse. They hem and haw about, gee, I kind of want to have a get-together, or they come up with every excuse not to get together. Why should I care now about some...
You know what? It gets me to, just like they said, when a person passes.
Yeah.
Okay, don't come to my funeral now, because You never come across the street to even see how I've been doing.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden I'm dead. Now you're gonna come and pay your respect? Don't come.
Yeah.
I don't want you there.
And, you know, and maybe that is her attempt to try to get everybody together. But what I'm saying is,
Nice. It would be nice.
it would be nice. But what I'm saying is that every other day, like today, just on a random day, yeah, it's raining outside, but on any given day, when do I ever hear from my family? I don't hear not a wink from any of them. You know, you can whisper, the people can still hear you.
I'm just trying to pet my dog.
I never hear from family at all.
No.
I have aunts and cousins, or an aunt and cousins who live right around the corner from us.
2 miles down the road.
When do we ever see them? When do we ever hear from them? Never.
Every time we hear from any of our relatives when somebody passes or somebody's
I don't see
in the hospital or what.
I don't see any of my relatives when they have baby showers over here at Brady Hall.
Yeah.
We're just right up the road.
Where's the guys at? Why can't the guys stop around?
Do we ever see them?
No.
I don't know who they are anymore. It's like, why wait until now?
And we did get invited to a baby shower down at back 40 from one of our friends, and she even told you to come down.
Yeah, she told me to come down there, and it's like, well, baby showers are more for women.
Well, if I go down there, I'm sitting down there, I'm drinking beer. And Kelly said, "That's fine."
Yeah.
She said, "That's fine."
I'll just be a regular, you know, because we're regulars,
But she
and
said, "I want you guys to come."
you know, I'll probably just drink a beer or drink a pop or whatever.
Well, I want you guys to come. That's a good friend.
Yeah. Well.
That's a good friend. I did help Kelly with for the alternator on the car yesterday.
Yeah.
Helped her out, and I'm glad it worked.
But yeah, just so full of opinions today. I don't know. Last week was no different. I'm just rambling off, just shooting off.
It's just one of them days that's nasty outside, and you're just.
Well, that's got nothing to do with it.
Things on your mind
That's
that you wanna
got
talk
nothing. The
about.
weather's got nothing to do with
No,
my
but
opinions.
it's just things that you want to say, and
Like I talked about relationships, and you know, I talk about personal things. I talk about kids, relationships, now family.
I want to know how the world's doing out there with everybody, everything with their lives. So if you got something to talk about, call.
Well,
hear from you or talk about it, you know.
There's people, you know, and there's friends that I haven't heard from in months. And it's like, you know how to pick up a telephone. You're not too busy for anybody else, but somehow when it comes to me, there's always an excuse.
It's like
You hem and haw about, oh, gee, I wonder if I should call Jared. Nah, he's not going to matter. He ain't going to mind. I should matter, and I very much mind. Because the people that I used to talk to like every other day don't call me anymore.
no.
I don't know why. They just don't. They know how to get in contact. I'm not a hard person to find.
I love it when Jessica does it.
I don't know, but she doesn't. She doesn't call me. She Skypes.
Yeah, I like her doing that.
And I
Her and the kids.
you know, and I've said this any number of times on any number of Sunday video updates, and I'll say it again this week. You have friends, and then you have family, and then you have friends you consider family. There are people that I love immensely, and I consider them more my family than just friends. And then there are those who are actual relatives that I wouldn't even consider friends because they're up here and I'm down here. Yeah, I don't want to get into that again, though. But that's how I. And I shouldn't categorize people. I don't like to categorize people. But, you know, they kind of make it so easy for me to do. Their actions put me in that position to where I say, you know what? They're just a relative. They're not family to me because I never hear from them. They never keep in contact. They're just relatives. We're just, you know, related. We're on the same bloodline. That's it. Nothing more. And then there's friends who aren't related at all, and they're more like my family than anything else because they check on me, they message me, they text me, you know, they keep in contact. They do the old-fashioned thing and pick up a phone, which everybody nowadays is so, you know, I don't like talking on the phone. Bullshit. Because what did you do before social media come along? You had no choice but to pick up a phone and talk. That's all we had was a phone. Not the smartphone, but we had rotary phones. We had cell phones, but nothing like this. We had phones. That was the only, that was the only way we could actually communicate. And these people who just come up with every excuse. Oh, I don't like to pick up a phone. I don't like talking over the phone. Yeah, thank social media for that. Social media killed that. And that was my messenger that just dinged. But thank social media for that. Social media has killed people's skills. If that's not evidence to my point, then I don't know what is. And it pisses me off when people say that. I really don't care for talking on the phone. Why? Because you would much rather take a shortcut and be lazy about communicating than to pick up a phone and hear someone's voice, or or even video chat with me. Well, I don't like to video chat. There's always an excuse. And I got to tell you, I get annoyed with it. I try to be understanding about it, and I try to be fair to my friends, and I try to be fair to everybody, and I respect their wishes. But, there's nothing wrong with picking up a phone and calling me or texting me, although I would much rather hear your voice and see your facial expressions as if you were talking to me right now. I would much rather have that going on. But, I don't know. There's always an excuse why people don't like to talk on the phone. I don't mind talking on the telephone. I love talking on the phone. But just because you like it doesn't mean everybody else has to. No, there was a point when you had to do it, and now you have this chicken shit way out of doing something because now we have social media, and that's your excuse for meandering out of things. Well, you know what? The phone still exists. You can still make telephone calls. The phones haven't completely phased out in terms of dialing a number and calling. So that's that. And there was something else I also wanted to talk about, and that was this picture I saw. Dad showed me this picture a little while ago on Facebook, and I'm really disgusted by it. It has the ACS emblem on it, American Cancer Society, which is an organization that I do not support. I don't endorse, and they make my blood boil because they are in no way, shape, or form about the children, although they claim to be. It says, American Cancer Society, real kids wear pink. Bullshit. We've had this discussion on Facebook. Friends and I, just casual talk. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I am sick and tired. Although I don't talk much about childhood cancer anymore. I'm kind of lax on it. But I'm sick of this idea that October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, overshadows Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. It pisses me off because there are lots of children who are currently fighting. They are in the hospital. For me personally, I'm out of treatment. I'm not in treatment anymore. I'm a survivor. It doesn't affect me to that extent. But there are children fighting now. And that's where I have an issue. That's where I run into a problem with. But I've never supported ACS anyway. They are They're parasitic to the childhood cancer world. They are not in any way, shape, or form helping the children. They are anti-childhood cancer. They can put on a good facade book, if you've listened to my recordings. They can put on a great big show on Facebook and pride themselves on caring so much about the children. The American Cancer Society doesn't give a fuck about kids with cancer. They never have, they never will, and I have never supported them, and that's not about to change today. That sign is part and parcel the reason why I do not support them. I do not back the ACS in anything they do, because they have taken something as childhood cancer, and they have tried to conflate it with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Because the thing is, and I don't know if this was some kind of shady attempt at trying to get more publicity for the children, but since when do children have breasts? I don't understand that either. It's not in any way, shape, or form picking up slack, or I shouldn't say slack. It's not in any way, shape, or form picking up any kind of traction, national traction for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. You're just using kids to promote Breast Cancer Awareness Month by saying kids wear pink. No, they fucking don't. Two different causes. And maybe that was like I don't know what you'd call, like a business attempt to bring awareness to Childhood Cancer Awareness Month by throwing in a pink ribbon. Well, guess what? Childhood cancer awareness is not fucking pink. It's gold. But I don't get so worked up over ribbons and colors and specifics and all that. But it's the idea that they are using kids to promote Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's really what's happening when in my opinion, they were trying to get it to work opposite of that. They were trying to use a pink ribbon because breast cancer awareness gets so much national attention that they wanted to overlap that on childhood cancer to bring more awareness to childhood cancer. It doesn't work that way, because Breast Cancer Awareness Month already gets the national attention and funding, and kids get nothing. That's the part that kind of, gets my goat. But piss poor move on your end, ACS, for using children to promote, once again, a month that has nothing to do with them. But I've never supported ACS anyway. Dad went out to the kitchen somewhere. He, kind of disappeared off into obscurity. I don't know. He went to the kitchen or the bathroom or somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, next Sunday I'll be in Grand Rapids. Tuesday I will be up. I'll be near Wademan. I don't know the specific town or township or whatever. But I'll be in Wademan. I will be at the veterinary offices of the incredible Dr. Pohl. I hope I get to meet the guy. I'm really looking forward to that.
That'd be awesome.
Have some pictures taken with him. That would be spectacular. He's on Nat Geo Wild. The television show is called The Incredible Dr. Pohl. I don't know channel numbers right off. But should be a nice visit. Mom has to take her kitten back to see him. And the kitten's name is Blessed.
Oh, Blessed.
Yeah, so...
It must be like it's a rescue, so they gave it the name...
Well, I think how Mom described it is it almost got hit by a car.
Okay.
And it's still a little kitten.
Right.
And they got it out in a cage on the porch because, I don't know, that Dr. Pohl told them, or someone there told them, or told Mom to keep it quarantined for a little while.
Right.
Just, to be safe, because I think it has an illness or something going on.
Right.
But those were doctor's orders. I don't know. But yeah, they're going to be taking the kitten, Blessed, back to Dr. Pohl on Tuesday at 4:30 in the afternoon. So I'll be up there. And I don't know if they're going to video record Mom again. I have no idea. But Mom said when she went up there, they just hooked a microphone to her upper shirt, and they put one on her, I think they said on her, like a belt loop, and they had the cameras pointing at her. She had to sign paperwork to agree to appear on the program in an episode. And her name is Ray. So, look for my mama.
Too bad you couldn't record it.
We don't get Nat Geo Wild.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Too bad
Yeah.
you couldn't record it on
Yeah.
your phone.
They're gonna mail Mom the episode, I think.
Oh, okay. Then, if so, she can make you a copy.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Right. It'd be awesome if she did for you.
I mean, I would pay them for a copy if that's what it took. I would pay them.
Right, yeah.
Because it's Mama. She's on an episode of The Incredible Dr. Pohl.
Yeah, Mama's never been on TV, so
Ma-
that's
yeah.
an experience.
She'll be on national television, not just local. She'll be on national television.
I'm proud of you, Ray.
For those of you who probably weren't even aware, The Incredible Dr. Pohl is shot here in Michigan, in Isabella County, between Wademan and Mount Pleasant. When they have the Isabella County Fair, Dr. Pohl goes to the fair to check the livestock.
Right.
When they have the 4-H, Dr. Pohl goes there to check the health and well-being of the livestock, the 4-H, and all that.
That's awesome. That's what they need in all fairs.
Yeah.
Veterinarian, right on.
And
site.
he is so dedicated by what Mom was telling me about Dr. Pohl. And if you have the Nat Geo Wild Network, you probably see this for yourself. Mom was telling me that Dr. Pohl is one of the most dedicated in his field because of everything he does for animals, his love for animals, and he lives up to that name, Incredible, because he does so much for animals. He's kind of like a Betty White, a local Betty White, because Betty White's an animal rights activist.
Okay, yeah.
But he's a veterinarian, so he's giving them the medicines they need. He just does everything for these animals. He really is incredible. I hope I get to meet him. My niece Ariana wants to meet Dr. Pohl.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
And I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
Ouch. But anyway, I've been here for almost an hour. I didn't want to be here for that long. But when I try to bring up a point and Dad meanders off into other, it's like, no, stay on topic, please.
Yeah.
But that's all right.
Well, we know he does that a lot.
That's all right.
I have something to say.
Okay.
When your mom meets this doctor,
I think she's already met Dr. Pohl.
again,
Yeah.
we need him to come to 15500.
Shh, don't give my address publicly.
That's it.
Don't
That's all I'm saying.
Don't give my address publicly.
To see both of our dogs.
Yeah. Dr. Pohl is, he's really dedicated to his work. He is really incredible. He lives up to his name. His nickname, I guess. His name isn't Incredible. Although many people would probably agree that it should be. I've been by his house, and I'm not going to give a detailed description. But I can say that he lives on a back road, like a dirt road.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And I've been by there.
Have you?
He lives like 5 minutes away from where Mom is. Like 5 minutes, literally, just right around the corner from Mom.
That's awesome.
And
Mom's got her own veterinarian.
Yeah, it's
anytime she needs it.
it's interesting. You know, because
you know her address. Please send him
you,
here.
the thing is too is I've been to where Mom is now. It's in the middle of nowhere, practically. It's Isabella County. It's in a rural part of Isabella County. It's almost to Mecosta County.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like the middle of nowhere, like when we would go up to see your dad and Maxine.
Oh, okay.
Like in the middle of fucking nowhere, like a great big,
right.
like wide open, well, there's woods everywhere. But where Mom's at, there's wide open spaces. But it's like you're out in the country. You're really in the country, but it's like, where are you? Like you're in the middle of nowhere. It's like you're...
I was thinking it was up by where my sister used to live.
Yeah, it is.
She don't live there anymore. She lives, okay, you know where Sam's Club is in Mount Pleasant?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you take a jot through there and going on the...
I thought she lived on Baseline Road.
She lives up in the apartment.
Oh, she moved again.
Trailer park, yeah.
Oh.
She's closer now, but I don't hear from her anymore.
I was going to say, you haven't heard from her in a while.
Yeah, last time I heard, my niece was born. My great niece was born. I've had no pictures of my great niece or anything.
But where Mom lives at, she's close to Wademan, but she can get to Farwell, like using back roads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She took me into Farwell once, back roads, and it's like, you know, when Maxine was still alive, because we went to the Rite Aid pharmacy where Maxine used to get her medicine.
Oh, yeah.
And I told my mother, I said, you know, Maxine always got her medicine here. She would always send Dad and your dad to get her medicine at this Rite Aid pharmacy. It's like,
time you went with them.
It's like I haven't been here in years. It was the first time in years that I'd been.
Didn't you say the bar is still right there on the corner?
BJ's Buckhorn Saloon? I'm not sure. I haven't been down by there.
I'd like to know if Jared's is still there.
The gas station?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would. I'd like to know if, you know.
Yeah, it's
pretty much the same.
It's an express stop gas station, but it was called Jared's.
It's like there's a J Carpet on 46.
Yeah, well, this gas station was called Jared's, but it was a Sunoco gas station. It was at the corner of M115 and US 10.
Jared always had to stop in there, too. Jared and his dad.
Well, it's interesting. But the name, of course, was spelled differently.
Yeah.
Jared, that's not how you spell my name. And some people spell it Jerad, wrong.
Or your Jed.
It's Jarred. That's Jard. Jard. Jarred. Nobody ever gets my name right. It's fucking funny. I laugh every time people get it wrong. Jerrod. Jerod. Holy Christ.
Okay.
Get my name right, people. What's that?
J-A-Y-R-O-D.
J-Rod. Yeah. Uncle Rick.
Yep.
Yeah, Uncle Rick always used to call me J-Rod. But I've been here for, almost an hour. I've really got
All day to upload it.
I got to wrap this up. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what else I have planned. Oh, tomorrow night, I guess I should plug this because I've gone for the past 2 weeks. There is a bar and grill out in Clio. It's called Billy's. And for those of you who listen to the Sunday Flashback, and you can listen from anywhere in the world now, and I'll have a link in the description of this video where you can listen live to 98 KCQ. It's a local country music station. It's in Saginaw. The DJ's name, he goes by Professor Dan Richards, and he has a Sunday Flashback on the radio station from 7 until midnight. That's Eastern Time. Every Monday, he has an abbreviated version of the Flashback at Billy's. And tomorrow, you got to go with me tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I want you to meet Dan Richards. You can go too if you want, if you don't have plans.
Yeah.
You guys meet Dan Richards. He gives away records, Dad. He gives away... He has a huge collection of country music, like Loretta Lynn, Possum, Merle Haggard, Waylon Jennings, all the older people, Loretta Lynn. He gives them away. He has them lined up, like on a I don't know, I guess you call it like a shelf. And he tells people, come up and get them. Just take whatever you want.
Oh, cool.
And he's a really nice guy. I will have a link to the Listen Live, the live streaming of WKCQ. It's located in Saginaw, Michigan. And you can listen from anywhere in the world. So I hope you'll give it a listen. Tonight is a Sunday Flashback where you can call in your requests. You can email your request. You can go on Dan Richards' Facebook page. Excuse me. And you can place your request there. I'll provide all that information for you in the link in the description of the video. But anyway, any last words, guys?
Peace out. Be safe. Doing whatever you're doing this weekend and this week. And good luck to everybody on a good week.
How about you, Dad?
No, just have a good day. Stay safe.
Have a good day. Stay safe. All right. As for me, I will say, what's that?
And I said, good day?
You're not Paul Harvey.
I know it. I love that guy, Paul Harvey.
As for me, it sounds like I have a busy week ahead, and so
Same here.
I'm going to get to that. So much love to all of you. Have a wonderful week. Take care of yourselves. Much love and peace. See ya.